Alright, so as you can see, I suffer from pretty bad acne, and right now it actually is mostly just scarring, which is amazing. I'm currently on a 10% benzoyl peroxide wash, on adapalene gel, and I'm on a clindamycin like zinc combination thing through Curology. The benzoyl peroxide and the adapalene were prescribed to me from my dermatologist. So that's what I'm currently using for my skin. I'm using the CeraVe Daily Moisturizing Lotion. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing for my skin right now. I already have moisturizer on my face, so let's go ahead and reveal this foundation. Like I said, it looks really bad, but it's all smooth, which is amazing. And if you guys saw my my acne story video, which I'm so sorry it was so long-winded, I just went off on a tangent, sorry. So here is the Maybelline 24-Hour Foundation. There we go. And I got mine in the color 110 Porcelain. Hopefully you can see that. And I don't know if my pump broke. Do you hear that? Love the fact that it has a pump on it, which is amazing. I know so many people complain about that. And I'm a dumb nut and forgot to do my sponge. Hold the horse. Hold the horse. Hold the door. Hold the front door. Hold door! Alright, we're back in business. So I have my Real Techniques, that is so hard to say, Real Techniques sponge. Here, so I'm gonna use it on one side of my face. I don't know if you guys have bought one recently, but like it's extra, like, I don't know, like it holds its shape. It's kind of weird. The old one, my old one never did that, and so now, I don't know, it's kind of weird. The whole thing's damp. It's not like part of it's damp. Really weird. So I'm gonna use, oh, that doesn't look appropriate. So I'm going to use half of my face with this, and then I'm going to do the other half with my Zoeva 104 buffer brush, which is awesome if you guys can see that. So let's go ahead and dive in. I'm excited to try this out. I have been holding off on trying this out because I haven't had the time. Okay, so let's go ahead and do, I've got my little palette here. Let's see. Ooh, so it's a pretty thick formula. I did just 2 pumps on there. I'm just gonna have to get my hair out of my face. I thought I would show you guys my hair down and not in a towel for once. So sorry about that. I feel like this has worse going on, so let's go ahead and do the brush on that side. I'm just kind of dipping it in here. Whoa. That is pretty full coverage. Now on my end, I can still see some of the redness kind of peeking through. Also, some of you guys are leaving me recommendations like try and be careful of sunscreen and things like that. I do know I have a problem with titanium dioxide, and I always look to see, you know, what sunscreens are in a foundation. This one I don't think has SPF in it. It says up to 24-hour wear, but I looked on the ingredients and I don't think it has any I can put it on. I just, you know, you can't quite tell. Maybe if I do, there we go. So you can see kind of the redness is still peeking through, which I don't normally get. It's also looking very crusty and dry looking, like really crusty. So this might be something that works better with like a sponge because the water will help, you know. Alright, so there is, this lighting makes me look green. I still have a little bit of foundation left, but I don't find that, you know, the 2 pumps went a long way because this is a very like drying foundation. So I'm going to go ahead and do another 2 pumps here. And we're going to go in with the sponge. I feel like I'm getting more coverage with the sponge. Oh yeah, I'd mention if you guys saw my acne video, you guys saw that like my acne was like a really far down on my neck, where it's not so much anymore. I feel like the sponge side is doing a little bit better. I look green. My walls are green and it really like offsets stuff, which I'm not a fan of, but what can you do? It's not doing as great of a job doing, you know, the coverage. I can't tell what you guys can see, but all right here is still red, peeking through. The coverage is decent, but if you have really, really red scarring and acne like I do, I don't think this is gonna do much. And it's not sitting on my pores very well. It's not sitting too well on my nose. Oh, too dry for me. Alright, I'm going to do the rest of my makeup, the rest of my foundation, and I'll be right back. Alright, I have my powder on and everything like that, and I'm not too happy with how this is looking. I even spot concealed a little bit, and I am not happy with how my skin is looking. And I look so green. Why do I look so green? Ugh. But anyway, I thought I would show you guys what eyeshadow palette I'm using. I've been obsessed with some new palettes that I got, but I kind of want to feature them in their own videos. But I'll go ahead and show you guys one of the palettes that I've been obsessed with. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Rosé in the Air palette, which is supposed to be a drugstore dupe for the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, which I own as well. And you guys, this is bomb. Most people are like, oh, Wet n Wild eyeshadows are so amazing, and I've tried them myself and I'm like, they're okay. You need this. It's like $5. You need this in your life because it is amazing. So it is so pigmented. So I am going to do a comparison video. If you guys don't want me to, you know, let me know. But I'm probably going to do one anyway because I am obsessed with all of these shades, you guys. Like, I've been using this almost every day in combination with dun dun dun. Just do a quick teaser. Love that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do some eyeshadow. I am not liking how my face is looking right now. So I'm going to go in with this transition color. Not liking how my foundation is looking, you guys. Oh, and my eyelids look so crepey and dry. Like, they look disgusting. So we're going to put eyeshadow over it so you can't see how crepey I am. It would be a good thing, but right now this is not a hot look at all. I'm going to go in with, I think I'm going to go in with this one. Just to kind of deepen up the sides. Got to keep an eye on the time. Like, look how pigmented that is. This flat brush here and this light color. Normally I would put a little concealer down, but I don't want to make this situation look more cakey than it already is. You know what I'm saying. I'm just going to take the transition color. But you guys, I'm obsessed with this palette. Loving it a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup, like my eyebrows, my eyeliner, all that good stuff, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so the rest of my makeup is done, and this look definitely needs some setting spray because it's looking a little cakey, a little gross. I am not about this life right now. Can you guys see how gross that's looking? So I'm going to use the Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray, which I'm not a huge fan of. I really don't think it helps with the longevity of my foundation at all, at least as of lately, or it's my foundation. I really don't know. But this is looking real cakey, and I am not about the crusty. The time is currently 11:34, and let's see how this foundation wears throughout the day. Alright, I can't tell what you can see, but I am outside, obviously, and I wanted to show you guys what the foundation looks like outside. It's looking like a cakey, dry mess, which I'm not too happy about, so yeah. Alright, so the time is currently 3:21, and I thought I would check in and show you guys how my makeup is looking. Surprisingly, it's looking a lot better than it did at the beginning. I think now that I'm getting more oily, the foundation doesn't look as dry and cakey, which is a really, really good thing. But yeah, so far I think the foundation looks actually pretty decent. I mean, it's getting a little bit oily in this area here, but because I was so dry beforehand, I think it actually is looking really nice laying on the skin. I actually had lunch with my boyfriend, you know, on his lunch breaks. I went over to have lunch with him. He was like, "You look so pretty today." He's like, "Your makeup looks so good." And he always compliments me on my makeup, which I really like because he knows that, like, that's important to me. I'm like, I don't do this face for nothing. But he was like, "Your highlight looks so good." He was like, "Your foundation just looks really good today." And I was like, "Thank you." I said, "I feel like it's really gross, but like it was really cakey, but now that I'm getting more oily, it's starting to look not as gross and cakey and things like that." So I wanted to let you guys know how long I've been wearing this foundation. So I'm wearing it for 4 hours. Look, my sponge is still like holding form. I don't understand. Is anybody else doing that? I don't know. It's really weird, but I'm actually in the process. I'm going to be filming a video for my second channel, my main channel. If you guys don't know, I actually have a main channel, and this is more of my fun channel, the stuff that I really like doing. So if you guys haven't seen that, definitely check it out. It's my kawaii squishy channel. Yeah, when people find out that I do that for a living on YouTube, they're like, "Oh, you do YouTube? Do you do makeup and stuff?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do, but that's not my main, like, what I mainly do on YouTube." And then they're like, "What do you do?" And I'm like, just you'll have to watch and see. So I'm gonna be filming a video for that. But you guys, I just wanna, maybe let me know if you guys want a haul video. I've hauled a couple of things, like, you know, like I said, I hauled this. It's just a couple things to be like a small video, maybe like a try on video. I don't know how I want to do it, but let me know if you guys want to see something like that. Hello, so I am back from the gym, hung out a little bit with my boyfriend, and the time is currently 10:44 at night. So I've had this foundation on for quite a bit. I worked out at 6 to 7, so I have footage of that. And I feel like the foundation held up pretty well. If you can see, I got this massive zit, and I couldn't help myself when I popped it. All of a sudden I felt it, and I was like, "Oh, this itches," and then I look, and it's this huge zit. So I don't know where this came from. I don't know if my skin just doesn't like the foundation. But so far, I really think that it actually looks pretty decent, and surprisingly, it held up really well on my eyelids. It actually looks, I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder here, it looks pretty decent. But yeah, all my cats are staying with my boyfriend, so I tend to get hair on my face, so I tried to not mess up my makeup, but I kept scratching my face to get off the little hairs and things, so my makeup would have looked a little bit better if I hadn't seen the cats and stuff and, like, try to get the hair off my face. But I'm pleasantly surprised with how it looks. I definitely would recommend this foundation to someone who is very, very oily. Where I'm combination, I'm only oily in this area. If you tend to be oily kind of all over the place and are not suffering from, like acne or anything where your cheeks are very dry, I definitely would recommend this foundation because it's beautiful mixed with oily skin. This might be better for me like in the summertime when I'm just kind of oily all over the place, and maybe when my acne's calm down and things, but I'm pleasantly surprised with this drugstore foundation. Again, this is the Maybelline 24-hour foundation in the color 110 Porcelain. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I was bad and bought some things at Ulta, so if you guys want to see a haul video, definitely let me know in the comment section below. I might do that before or after this, I'm not too sure because I'm just too excited to play with makeup. But thank you guys so much for watching this foundation review, and have an amazing day.